Hi, I'm Tony Morgan from A&R Boilers, and today's boiler we're looking at is a Worcester 24i Greenstar. And the problem with this boiler is lukewarm hot water, and it's because it's a diverter valve is passing. So we're going to be showing you how we change the diverter valve. To remove the case, there's two screws at the bottom, there and there, and there's two at the top, that one and that one, and then the whole thing just slides off. And once we remove the bottom one there, then it'll just slide off. Just wangle it a bit more. That's it. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to drain the boiler down. So if you loosen that screw in the centre there, then that panel will drop down. So it might be catching on it. We're going to drain the boiler down, as I said. Because the boiler's in the kitchen and we're in an apartment, we don't need to isolate the boiler on the flow and return. So we can just drain it through the boiler and leave the isolation valves alone. So to drain it, we're going to attach hose pipe here onto this part like this. That goes on like that. And then once that's on, we're going to turn this part here like a anti-clockwise, just a quarter turn, and then that will open up and let the water come out. You've got a question?
What difference does it make being in an apartment and the isolation valves when you're draining down?
Well, as I said, the boiler's in an apartment. That means on a single floor. There's no pipe work above the boiler. So if it was in a house, then there would be water above the boiler. Then we'd have to isolate the boiler underneath. But with the danger with turning isolation valves is that they can leak. So it's best to leave them alone if you can. So because it's on a single floor, once it drains, the boiler will drain just the boiler itself, and the radiators are below this boiler, so there's no other water above the boiler. If there's water above the boiler, then you isolate the boiler because you don't want the water above draining as well. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Now that's drained now. You can see the pressure's dropped down. As I said, it was a quarter turn, anti-clockwise, and then the pressure comes out. So now we're ready to get into the diverter valve, which is on this side of the boiler. You can see it there. The first thing we need to do is disconnect this cable from the motor. Then the motor can pull out towards us. You see them two screws, 1 and 2? And then undo them two screws and then pull that divert valve towards us. So this is the motor what we're going to pull out. So it's going to come towards us like that. It just clipped in by this part, and the same on the other side, and it'll come towards you like that. So yeah, have a go. Just pulling it out.
Push down.
That's it. That's it. Cool. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to, this is like the paddle bit, or acts as like the diverter valve inside it. This stops off the port, and that then goes into here like that. And then once they're together, they go through this body, which then the motor goes on to the end of that. So that's how it goes inside the diverter valve. I'm now going to undo the screws And then once they're undone, then we'll pull out the body and change it over. Right, okay, so if you grab that now, we'll just let that go, just let it. Right, that's it. That's straight. Just the excess water, what's caught inside. Good job, we've got our bucket there ready. So now assembling a new one. That's it. Then that'll just go straight back in. And just line it up with the holes. So you can see it a bit better, a bit dark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just do it flat, yeah. That's it. Good. So here's the old one. You can see it's got bits of sludge on it. That's where it seals against the part for the hot water and the heating. So we'll put the motor in. We'll fill it up actually first. Once we fill it up, then we'll put the motor in, make sure there's no leaks, and then we'll test it. So we're now going to turn it back clockwise. That's tight. Take the hose pipe off, and then we're going to fill it up. We're now filled up, no leaks, so that's all good. Then now we can put the motor in and then connect it up and start it. We're now going to put the motor in. What we have to do, if you see, that's the arm, that's got to line up with the motor, so you might have to push that down a bit so it lines up with the motor as it shoves in, so it engages. Alright, so you can see it just going in now, so if you push it forward, actually it looks like it's going to go itself anyway. It's nearly got it. Is it in line? Let me just try. Yeah, that's in now. You can see it's in. You can see it's locked in, it's level on that edge there. You can see that edge? It's straight, so it's fully in. Try a bit more. Yeah, that's definitely in that. Good. Cool. So now connecting the wire. That's all good.
Take that when it goes in one way.
Yep. All goes one way, yeah. We're now going to cover the motor with this green plastic cover, what you get, and that just goes over it. Just stops it from water leaking onto it from above, which is a common fault. The flow adapter leaking onto the diverter valve motor. We're now going to press in the spanner button and put it into engineer mode. You hold it until it changes to orange. Okay. So as I said, now it's in engineer mode, and this puts it straight into central heating and remove any air what's in the boiler. So you always put it in central heating mode first, so it displays any air, so you don't want the air locking. So we just need to do this for a short while. Press the button again and that will take it out of there. That's it. And we're going to do the test of run the hot water and see if it gets hot. So now the hot water's getting nice and hot now. So that's the end of this video. Success. And we'll see you in the next video. So thank you for watching. If you think this video was useful for you, you can subscribe to our channel, or you can ask any engineers who you might know who find it interesting. So thank you for watching and see you in the next video.